So everyone's laid down, so that's good. We'll start there. So just make sure you are nice and comfortable where you are. Hope everyone is well. Had a good week. If you haven't, time to just put that behind you and enjoy the next hour. So make any final adjustments that you need to, maybe to the position of your body, your clothing, anything like that. And then perhaps take a nice deep breath in through the nose. You might blow or sigh out of the mouth. And just arrive. And we'll start with a short body scan. So just noticing how certain parts or areas of your body feel. Maybe you can soften into certain parts or areas. If you notice that there is any kind of niggles or sensitivity, just be mindful of that. Let's begin at the feet. So just being aware of the soles of the feet, the toes, perhaps how your feet are meeting or touching the earth. Moving it up into the ankles, lower legs, the knees, upper legs, and the glutes. The hips and the groin and the waist. And just noticing then how that lower part of your body feels. Its contact or parts that are in non-contact with the earth. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just imagine that you send that calming exhale down the lower part of your body. Let's bring awareness to the low spine. And just slowly take a journey up your spine again. Your spine might be flat to the earth. The lower spine might be slightly lifted. Come to the back of the neck and journey across to the shoulders. Maybe softening into the shoulders. Down the upper arms, past the elbows, lower arms, wrists, even into your hands, the tips of your fingers. Notice where they settle. So just where they naturally settle, it might be well, the hands and the arms on the earth, or it might be on the body. Take a nice deep breath in again as you breathe out. Send that soft breath down the arms into the tips of the fingers. Become aware of the back of the head. And the features of the face. Soft brow, maybe softly closed eyes. The breath moving in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. Unclenching the teeth, softening the jaw, relaxing the tongue in the mouth. Down to the throat space, you might swallow. And then let's take our awareness all the way down the front center of the body towards the belly button, where we meet our breath. We'll take a short breathing practice. As with anything in the practice, if you feel like, actually, that's not really working for me right now, you don't like it, anything like that, you can stop and just focus on your natural breath in, breath out. Otherwise, I'm going to count 1 to 4 in a moment. You'll breathe in to the count of 4, and then I'll count 4 to 1, and you'll breathe out for that count. So breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just return to your natural breath. If you need a deeper breath or a sigh, that's fine. And you're going to take 3 more rounds of that. It could be 4 is the count that you feel like, yep, that was pretty good for me. I wasn't forcing. I didn't feel too tense. It might be you need less and you could take it to a count of 3. It might be that your breath is very expansive and you want to take it to 5. So just take 3 rounds with your count. After those 3 rounds, return to natural breath. And then start to bring a little bit of movement into your body. So as you do, remember you're connecting to, you're exploring your body. So in a way that works for you, you might feel like you want to expand and spread out. You might not feel like moving too much at all, in which case you come to the right class. So just take your time. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet onto the ground. As you breathe in, bring that right knee in towards you. Catch hold of the back of the thigh, around the shin, whatever works. A little interlace of the fingers. Roll the hip open. So just come open to the right side a little bit there so that you're not pulling in towards your rib cage. And then you could slide the left leg away down onto the mat. You can relax the feet, you can flex the feet, it's up to you. Soften the jaw and just feel as though you're adding a little bit of a pull into the right side, a little bit of a push into the left side, but nothing too intense. Just settling into a rhythm of breath here. Let's start to bring that knee more back to center. We'll bend into left knee, step the left foot to the earth. We might support the back of the right thigh as you start to extend the right leg up towards the sky. You could have a little squeeze or a massage. If you don't need the support, that's fine. You could point or flex the foot, or you might just be working through rolling around through the ankle. Extend the left leg back out if that feels okay. If it doesn't, then you can step the foot back down onto the ground. Softening into face and into the shoulders. Stretching out through the legs. So as long as your lower back is generally okay, you could keep your left leg extended. Bring the arms down by the side of the body. So they're a little bit of support. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring that right leg all the way down. Keep it long. Down, 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 nice and slowly. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Oh, soften. Just return for a moment in Shavasana. Slowly plant the feet back down onto the ground as you breathe in. Bring that left knee in towards you. Catch what works there. Just roll the hip open slightly. Take a breath in as you breathe out. You might extend the right leg. You might not. It's up to you. Toes could be relaxed. Feet could be flexed. So flexed is a little bit more active, a bit more of an active stretch or dynamic stretch. Let's journey that left knee back to center a little bit. Place the right foot down. Maybe support the back of the left leg as you exhale. Start to travel it up towards the sky. See how that feels, and you might lengthen the right leg back out. You might have a little squeeze or massage of the back of the leg. So although in Chinese medicine, it's generally the upper part of our body that is connected to the heart space, which of course makes sense because this is where the organ of the heart lies. It is said that the lower legs are connected to the heart. So particularly around your calf muscle, where you've got this kind of big muscle there, that has its own connection to the heart space. If your spine again feels okay, you might just keep that left leg extended, bring the arms down as a little bit of an anchor and a stopping point. Take a breath in, slowly guide the leg down. Once the heel hits the earth, take a breath in again. And as you breathe out, just soften back into the body. The toes might tip out to the sides. Take in a mini Shavasana. And let's move it then into our upper body a little bit. So feet come back onto the earth, always great to anchor us. Take the arms up overhead. So if you've been coming to classes for the last couple of weeks, we've been working a little bit on this. So we want the backs of the arms to be able to touch the earth. For some people, that means you can catch hold of wrists, fingertips, opposite arms. Your bum stays in touch with the earth here. You just lift and place or slide your upper body over to the right. So feet stay anchored, bum stays on the earth. Think of moving from your hip up into your armpit, over to the right side of your mat. Slide the legs down onto the mat and then over to the right side, keeping your bum on the ground. So you create this kind of crescent shape. You could cross your ankles if you wish. For some people that adds, for some people that takes away. And you feel like you've got one side of the body that's really expansive and open, the other side that's a little bit compressed. We're going to be here for 1 minute, but you're free to move away from the shape at any time. If you feel like, oh, actually, I went quite deep into that and that's quite intense, you can always nudge back to center. Or as the time passes, you might feel that naturally you find a little bit more of a curve in the body. It's up to you. Just let the head be soft. Come back to your steady rhythm of breath. Halfway there. Let's start to slowly slide the legs and the upper body back to center. Just release the arms down to the earth, or they might naturally gravitate onto your body. We'll take, again, just a mini shavasana, or in yin, it's called our rebound. You don't have to be still. If you feel like there's kind of a natural bit of movement or a part of the body that just needs a little bit of a squeeze or a touch, then go for that. Let's pop the feet then back to the earth with no rush. I'm going to bring the arms overhead, lift or slide them to the left. Just keep the bum in touch with the earth. And then extend the legs, lift or slide them over to the left. Again, the bum is still in touch with the earth. Might happen in just little kind of baby steps as you make your way over there. You control the angle here. We'll take a minute on this side. And just note whether this side feels quite similar. Maybe it feels like there's a little bit more or less space. It doesn't matter. It's just being curious about the body. Halfway there. Let's gravitate back to center. Release the arms and just come back to a moment of rest. And in a moment, we're going to bring ourselves up to a seat, completely up to you. If your body and energy feels tired, maybe you just roll to the side and come to a seat. Or if you've got the energy for it, bring the knees to the chest, just have a little roll up and down the spine. And find yourself maybe in Sukhasana or cross-leg position, maybe in butterfly if you prefer. Nice tall spine. You can use a prop if you need to or not. I'm going to plant the left hand down as we breathe in. The right fingertips lift up. We find space. As we breathe out, we take it over to the left. The right knee stays nice and open. The front of the body stays nice and open. You could gaze ahead. If the neck feels okay, you might take the gaze up. You could absolutely close the eyes. Take a breath in as we start to gravitate to center. And as we breathe out, we're coming over to the other side. Just rolling that left shoulder back a little bit, keeping it nice and open. Yeah, nice. Inhale, we come to center, reach both palms to the sky. As we exhale, we bring them to the heart. Inhale here, nice tall spine. As you exhale, just turning the torso to your right, finding your version of your seated twist. Rolling the right shoulder back slightly, turning the heart round to the right. Inhale, we'll turn to center, and exhale, we'll take it over to the left. And again, one side might feel more spacious than the other, and that's okay. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, come to center. We'll extend the legs out onto the mat. You can sit, my bolster's quite flat, but it could be that you sit on a blanket or a block if you need to just tilt your hips. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we'll lead with our heart. And then when we feel like, yeah, there's probably the tipping point, we'll just let the head become heavy. If you're pushing the heels away, you're going to get a stretch through the backs of the legs. If that feels very intense, heels come to the earth. We'll just bend the knees a little bit here instead. So find what works for you. Head is heavy, shoulders are heavy. Maybe the eyes drift closed. We're going to take 1 minute here. And the breath can help you progress in your position. So it might be that as you exhale, you feel a little bit more relaxed and you just allow the body to soften. Halfway there. Nice and slowly, just start to bring yourself up. Let's take a couple of rolls of the shoulders. And then we'll make our way onto our hands and knees. So maybe you just drop the knees to the side and come around to the front of your mat. Take your time, spread the fingers, find the alignment that feels best for you. So how far the knees are wide, how wide the arms are. As we breathe in, we'll let the belly drop, gently open the heart, lift the chin. Breathing out, we arch the spine to the sky, look to the heart. Just take 4 more like that. You can always use a blanket or your bolster under your hands or even the foam blocks. Been having a very boring discussion on Facebook. I want to buy some new blocks. Do I buy foam or do I buy cork blocks? Are cork too hard or foam too dirty? That is part of my life. After that last one, we're going to tuck the toes, just push the seat back to the heels, feel your feet get a nice stretch, and then lift the bum to the sky. Let's come into a full body stretch of downward facing. Step your feet as wide as you need to. You might have a walk out through the legs, just letting the head be heavy, so getting a nice stretch through the back of the neck. Solid foundation through the hands. As you exhale, pop down onto the knees, find yourself back in your tabletop position. Then take the knees wider, turn the big toes towards each other, and bring your bum as close to your heels as you can. Right arm is going to thread under your left arm. So if your bum lifts quite a lot, you might take your block or blanket and just pop that under the right side of the head. So feed that right shoulder as far under as you can. Back of the right hand is on the earth. And then up to you, you could relax the left elbow to the earth, or you might reach the left fingertips forwards and lift the elbow away from the earth. We're going to take 1 minute here. If you feel that it adds a twist and an opening to your heart space, you might take that left arm, sweep it behind the back, as if you're trying to reach for your right thigh. The palm faces away from you, so that is more active. Have a go. If you feel like, not too sure, just pop the arm back down. Let's reach the left hand down, unthread the right arm, both the fingertips reach forwards whilst we simultaneously push the bum towards the heels. And then take your time, thread that left arm under, tuck the shoulder as far as you can. Adjust your right hand, either relax, reaching forwards, coming behind the back. So just take your time. And we'll spend a minute here. Last couple of breaths. Reach that right hand back down, unthread left. Fingertips forward, bum pushes back, a nice stretch. And then let's find ourselves back in our tabletop position. You might take a couple of cat and cow there, or just a sway of the hips. If you want another stretch out of the body, you're free to come into downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. So just feel into what is best for you. Steady breath in whatever position or stillness we've chosen. And we'll meet back in tabletop. We'll progress to some shapes where we're holding for a little bit longer now. So our first one is going to be melting heart. Hands stay where they are, knees start to travel backwards. And we'll see if we can keep the hips and the knees in line. Drop the elbows to the earth, feel the bum lift and the chest drop, and then slide the fingertips forwards. Forehead comes to the earth. If it doesn't quite meet, we'll just take something and pop it there. Other kind of versions or things we can try with this are having the bolster just sort of underneath the chin and where the chest is, so that gives us a natural lift. You could cross your arms, catch hold of opposite arms. I wouldn't say for the full 2 minutes because it's quite intense, unless you've been practicing yin for many years. But you could take a bolster or blocks underneath the hands. So the elbows are lifted away from the earth, forehead is touching, and that will really lengthen out through your inner arms. Make sure that the nose isn't pressed too much into the earth. So part of this opening up through chest and heart space is respiratory system. We've got just over a minute here. If it feels very intense at any point, you can always walk yourself back and find child's pose or a seated position. Nice and slowly walk the hands back in towards you. You might just choose to sit the bum down to the heels for a moment and lengthen the spine. You might come into child's pose. So we'll just take that little moment of rebound. Could be that you need some movement and you have a sway of the hips or a bit of cat cow. Just let the face, the shoulders, the belly be soft wherever you are. And then we'll find our way onto our bum and our legs into our butterfly position. So we'll need a little bit of space at the side of us. So feel free to use the space, and we don't, maybe sometimes we feel like we must stay on our mat facing forwards and backwards, but you don't have to. I'm going to take the right knee, bring it kind of to the side or a little bit behind us. So again, some of you might be familiar with this. This is deer position. Our hips are forwards, and that's quite an important part of it. If you can bring your front leg to a bit of a right angle, then nice. If not, find whatever works. And just taking your back leg as far as you can. So maybe you feel a little bit of a stretch coming from the groin down the inside of that right leg. Our bolster is going to come almost as an extension of the lower leg from the left knee. So all the way out, longwards. So this is where you might need to have a little swizzle around on your mat. So yours will come, yeah, towards me. Keep that back leg where you can. So if you can, leave it here and just feel as you start to turn the chest towards your bolster, towards that left side. So the back leg might be like, yes, let me join in, but we'll be like, it's all right, you stay there. And we're going to start to walk the hands either side of that bolster. Plant the hands down. See if you can just turn the heart a little bit more towards your bolster and then start to lower yourself down. If you need something additional, you'll maybe take a block or a blanket to rest the head on. If you need to then adjust your legs, you can absolutely adjust your legs. Bring your waist this way. Just with the head. I'm going to take 2 minutes here. So after a minute, we might decide that we'll lift up slightly. There may be a bit more space just to come slightly further not better, just different shape, into more of a twist. You'll decide by how your body feels. Just maintain a gentle focus of the mind, whether it's on your breath, maybe it's on a word, or just sending this softness all the way down through the body to the tips of the toes, just over a minute here. Oh. Last couple of breaths. Nice and slowly, we rise and turn the body back to center. Take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, just turn over that right side. There might not be much space or feel like there's much space, and that's okay. Just a nice deep breath. Let's bring it back to center. Draw that back leg forwards. We'll extend both of our legs forwards from here. Breathing in as you breathe out, lead with the heart, and then soften into your forward fold. Again, you can support the backs of the legs or the knees. You can bring the heels to the earth. Let your head be heavy, rounding the spine. As you breathe in, start to roll back up and take a breath out. Let's come back to butterfly and go over to the other side. So left leg sweeps around, hips forwards. The bolster comes out as the extension of that right leg this time. And you can adjust it as you come down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're starting to turn, keeping that back leg attached to the earth. And then lowering the chest down. You need a block or your blanket just to support your head a little bit, and go for it. And we'll take that 2 minutes. Yeah. minute and a half here. Last few breaths. Nice and slowly, we lift and turn that upper body. Just draw it back to center. Take a breath in, little breath out to turn to the left. Nothing fancy. Just take a deep breath there. Come back to center. Bring that back leg forward. So like extend the legs. Just give them a little bit of a shake if we need to. And if you wish, you could use a little bit of your massage oil. So a lot of you've got shorts on, you look great. Wear the shorts. If you want to, you could go for your calf muscle. So if it's available in your shorts, you can pull your trousers up and give that a little massage. So I mentioned that before, sometimes called the second heart. And essentially, it helps with pumping our blood. It's kind of against gravity back up from the extremities below, back up into the heart. So therein lies its connection with the heart. In Chinese medicine, you will find that everything is connected. Come on, heart, keep pumping. Got another, what, 50 years? No, how old am I? Oh, 90. I don't know. It depends if technology is advanced or not. Can I have some robotic limbs, maybe? You could give yourself a little shoulder massage, inner lines of the arms, around the back of the neck if you feel tense. And then we're going to take our strap down with us, just unravel it and pop it to the side of the body. Have anything else available that you might want, although I can pass you bits and bobs. And once we're down on the earth, we're not going to come back up. Pop the feet down. When you're ready, just roll to the earth. Bring the spine down. Maybe take a nice big sigh. Oh. So we'll take our strap, bending our knees, planting the feet onto the ground. Let's bring the right knee in towards us. One part of the strap is in each hand. We're going to loop the strap around the arch of our right foot. Really take a nice deep breath in, draw that knee in towards our body. As we breathe out, let the strap slide through the hands and take the sole of the foot towards the sky. Bring the elbows down to the earth, so it's more of a softer approach. Just gently holding your strap. Try not to clench the teeth. We'll take a minute here. If at any point you feel quite intense, it is, you could bend the knee, you could let the strap be longer and just relax the leg a little bit. If you feel, there's a little bit more space, You might try just bringing that thigh down into the belly, as if you're like pointing the toes back behind you over the head. So half a minute just to have a little play with what feels okay for you. You could release the hold of that strap completely, keep the leg long, and as you exhale, slowly draw it down to the mat. Or bend the knee and plant the foot down. However you get there is fine. Extend both of the legs. Just take a mini shavasana in between. And then slowly plant the feet back onto the ground. Left legs turn as we bring that knee in towards us. Loop around the arch of the foot. Breathe in to draw the knee in. Breathe out to extend that foot to the sky, softening the elbows to the earth. Keeping the shoulders a little bit squeezed together behind us so the chest is nice and open. And just play with finding your edge there. A slow release. Just throw that strap out to the side. So we don't want it to be on us and annoying us for relaxation. Is there anything that feels right for you now? Maybe knees in and a little roll on the spine, knocking the knees from side to side. These are just suggestions. I'm not saying that you have to do any of this. Stretching the body out for a moment. And then start to settle yourself in your Shavasana position, whatever that is for you. Back of body, side of body, eye pillow, blanket, bolster, none of the above. So you find what feels most restful for your body. And if we can find this kind of stillness and peace and calm of the body, less distraction for the mind, more relaxation. We're going to come back to our body scan. And as we journey around the body, you might just be aware of the body, and that's all. You might thank the body, you might offer it some rest, whatever feels fitting for you. Let's come to the feet. The soles of the feet, the toes, the heels, ankles, lower legs, the knees, the thighs, the glutes, the hips, the groin, the waist. That lower body is noticing it resting to the earth in whatever position you've chosen. You might take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just send some softness all the way down to the soles of your feet. Take your awareness to the lower spine and gently up to the middle of the back, top of the back and the upper spine, the back of the neck. The branches split as we come into the shoulder. Down the arms, past the elbows, into the wrist, the hands, the fingertips, the thumbs. Perhaps taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, sending that softness from the shoulders, down the arms, through the upper body. Oh. Come into the back of the head or the side of the head. Down into the features of the face, softening the brow. Softness of the eyes. The slow breath through the nose. Soft lips, unclenched teeth and jaw. Throat. Heart. Down to the belly button. Perhaps you take a nice deep breath in and out and imagine that this energy of softness and rest just expands throughout the whole of your body. I'm going to take a couple more minutes to enjoy your rest. Begin to deepen your breath, or perhaps have a sigh. Leave anything you don't want to take into the weekend here. Maybe you keep the eyes closed or soft. So you start to gently reawaken your body. You might need for you to have a stretch. It might need for you to just be still for a moment more. And just mindful of what and who is surrounding you. If you're not there already, roll yourself over to the side. Just pushing yourself into the earth, slowly making your way up and find a comfortable seat. So still the face is soft, the shoulders are dropped, but the spine is tall. And you might place the hands onto the heart, you might push the palms together. We'll close our practice just with a single arm. You don't have to be a singer, you don't have to arm, you could if you prefer. We'll take a breath in a moment, and as we breathe out, we will nice deep inhale. Oh. Inhale. Exhale, just drops into chest. Take a moment to thank yourself. Body, breath, mind, perhaps spirit and soul, if that's your belief. Moment to thank each other. And thank you for joining me. I hope you have a weekend filled with whatever it is you need. Stay hydrated, stay safe. The light and dark in me honors the light and dark in you. Namaste.